Sam Bronfman, the late CEO of Seagram's company, entered a crowded conference room and was anxious to get on with the meeting. He plopped into the nearest chair. One of his young assistants immediately said, "No, Mr. Bronfman, you're supposed to sit at the head of the table." "Young man," replied Mr. Bronfman, "wherever I sit is the head of the table. And wherever Christ sits is the head of the table that Mr. Bronfman sits at." Christ, seated at the right hand of God, has been given the ultimate position of authority. Jesus, possessing total power, exercises total dominion. Ephesians 1:22, "And God placed all things under his feet and appointed him to be head over everything for the church, which is his body, the fullness of him who fills everything in every way." God placed everything in the whole universe, heaven and earth, cosmic powers and human beings. He placed them in subjection to the exalted Christ. All creation remains under his power. When Adam sinned, he forfeited headship over creation. Christ, through the cross and the resurrection, became head over the cosmos. This will become even more evident in the future. Christ has supreme authority over all things. Jesus has all dominion over every spiritual principality and power and ruler. And let me be clear, Christ has supreme authority over Satan and his demons. In the end, the devil and his henchmen are thrown into hell. They're powerless before him. Through the resurrection, Jesus has all power, even over death. Revelation 1:18 states, "I am the living one. I was dead, and now look, I'm alive forever and ever, and I hold the keys of death and Hades." When someone holds the keys to something, one has control or authority over something. And Jesus not only holds the keys, Jesus holds the master key. Jesus has all power to unlock any door, anywhere, in any building. Christ has supreme authority over all things, including the church. I'm thankful that the church, that God has appointed him head of the church because it's his body. I am thankful that the church does not belong to any man, denomination, or sect. Christ has supreme authority over his church through the power of the cross and the resurrection. Remember, putting your face above a headless frame painted to represent a muscle man, have you ever done that? Or a clown, or even a bathing beauty? Many of us have had our pictures taken this way, and the photos are humorous because the head doesn't fit the body. But if we could paint a picture of Christ as the head of our local body of believers, would the world laugh at the misfit? Or would they stand in awe of a human body so closely related to a divine head? We must give Christ supreme authority over the church. If not, he'll repossess what has been taken from him. Let's be the body of Christ that represents him best. Tom Nelson has identified 4 distorted images of the church. First, the church is not a gas station. For some, the church is a place where you get your spiritual tank filled up when you're running low. You get a good sermon, it'll keep you going for a week. Second, the church is not a movie theater. For many, the church is a place that offers entertainment. Go for an hour for escaping in a comfortable chair, leave your problems at the door, and come out smiling and feeling better. Third, the church is not a drugstore. For others, church is a place where you can fill the prescription that will deal with your pain. For many, the church is just therapeutic. Fourth, the church is not a big box retailer. Others see the church as a place that offers the best products in a clean and safe environment for you and your family. The church offers a great service at a low price, all in one stop. You will not find any of these pictures in the Bible. The church of the living God is all about lifting Jesus up. Ephesians 1:22, and God placed all things under his feet and appointed him to be head over everything for the church, which is his body, the fullness of him who feels everything in every way. In an interview shortly before death, Dallas Willard, a philosophy professor who wrote widely on spiritual formation in the church, was asked about the challenges facing the church. Dr. Willard spent much of his life addressing the problem of why the church isn't raising up more people who look and act like Jesus. And at the end of a 2-hour interview, Willard was asked this pointed question: when you look at how off track the church is, do you ever just throw up your hands in despair? And Willard smiled and said, never. But how can you not? The interviewer asked. Because, he said, I know Christ is the head of his church, and he knows what he's doing. Christ has supreme authority over all things. Let's yield to our supreme commander. Let's give him control. Let's surrender to his authority. Let him lead his church.